Hey everyone, W211 here, doing a quick video showing you the differences between the older Mercedes and the new Mercedes build quality. So here I've got a C and an E-Class. One's a C63, one's an E550, one's from 2019, one's from 2006. So I'm going to show you guys the differences between the two in terms of build quality, and let's get into it. So first we'll hop into the C63. We'll get started on this one first. So let's turn it on so we can actually see some stuff. There we go. So now no doubt obviously on a newer car there's newer tech that far out surpasses the existing, the previous generations like my E-Class. Anyway, we're not here for that as such, we're more here for the quality. So the C-Classes in New Zealand come real high spec with carbon fibre trim inlay. Obviously digital dash as standard. We also get steering assist, lane keeping assist, and also heads up display, which you might be able to see here in my camera view. If I zoom in there, team, we can see it flashing, which it doesn't do in real life. Cool. Now, suede, nice carbon center. Also, we've got the ability to control various parts of the car here, exhaust, touchpad. Now, we're not here really to talk about the features as such, it's more about the build quality. So we've got carbon fiber, okay? The control knobs here are real sturdy. The aircon vents are real nice. The screen is very good quality. These are like real awesome quality screens, very high quality. The carbon fiber is pretty solid on the steering wheel. These are a little bit of a tricky one. They're clean, they're hard to keep real clean, and I'm a perfectionist, but they're a bit hard to keep clean. The other issue with also this is it's sort of, hey, it's totally fine, but it's already sort of got little micro scratches on it, just like the center control system here for the command and the different vehicle functions. Obviously it no doubt shows a lot of fingerprints, which you might even be able to see me do here. No, maybe not. But it gets a lot of fingerprint marks on it, which is a bit of a pain. Also, this is actually made of like metal, and this also here, you can hear it tinging, little centerpiece is made of metal as well, just like here on the light controller. That's made of metal as well. So if you're one of those weirdos like me who likes to see what actual stuff's made of, I can tell you that's made of metal. Now things like these, I don't know, I think it's plastic, but apparently it's aluminium or aluminum depending on where you're from. But yeah, now the headliner in this car is a cloth. It's a cloth, this is like a plastic, it's a bit cheap, but it's not too bad. The buttons and the top controls up here are all very nice quality. As I said, the center stack's nice. The leather, the Napa leather on the C-Class is very nice as well. So down here we've got black Napa leather, and all C-Classes, all C63s from New Zealand here have very high quality Napa leather. So you can't really see the grain in the leather. It's relatively tidy. Like smooth, which I like a lot more than the cheaper leather where you can see the real like hardcore grain, or whatever the proper word is for it. Now, the only thing I'll say about this car here, there's a few little rattles already, even though it's pretty much brand new as such still. There's a few rattles in the seatbelt mechanism sometimes around here. And there's just, even cleaning this is a bit of a problem sometimes. Like, it's hard to clean the leather without it leaving marks. Even cleaning these bits here, it's hard to do it without leaving marks. And furthermore, like the carbon fiber trim's fine. It's easy to keep mint and clean. And even the piano black trims are fine. But just some of these like metal things like here, you probably can't see it on my camera here, but they really quickly get dirty again. And even the leather on the top of the dash, it's sort of hard to keep clean. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like some of the material quality is a little bit different. I wouldn't say it's worse, but it's different than the E-Class, which we'll hop into shortly. Now, if you know Mercedes, obviously, C's the bottom, then you got E, then you got S. Now I've got all three. I've got a C, this is my C, I've got an E, and I've got an S-Class as well, which is in another video, which isn't here at the moment, it's in my other garage. And I can tell you straight away, without a shadow of a doubt, my 12-year-old S-Class is far superior in build quality to this brand new 2019 C63s. Obviously, technology, as I said before, is a total different story. This blows them all out of the water in a heartbeat. But for the build quality and the quality of materials, the S is superior in essentially every way. But anyway, good quality car, hands down. You know, it's a Mercedes, it's always going to be good quality. So if we hop out again, my old Subaru, everything in the car is built real nicely. The mags, the rims are real well built. The center caps here are like a metal, just so you know. Obviously no other car reviewers do this, just so you know what it's made of. The brakes are real nice. I've kept them pretty much spotless, so they're still like brand new showroom condition. The calipers are real nicely done. Now the body panels obviously is steel from what I remember, and the bumpers are obviously made of a high quality, I think it's PVC plastic, I don't know, different to most normal cars anyway. Now this car, obviously you've got lights under the mirrors, and you've also got lights under the actual door handles as well, so it lights up quite nicely. And by default this car comes with a rear tinted window. I've done the front here, and it's got a glass panoramic sunroof. So yeah, they're quite high spec here. Obviously if you import one, you can import one a bit cheaper, but this one's an import. This one's a New Zealand new one, so it's quite dear. Now front brakes, again, very nice. The detailing on the car is very nice. The badging's beautiful, good quality, all plastic obviously. Nice little side sill. Now if you guys buy one of these cars, or I think any car going forward I'm going to buy, I've wrapped it, if you can see here, you can just see here the little line where I've got it wrapped in PPF. Like after a few weeks after I got a chip on it, a few weeks after buying it, but never mind. I'd strongly suggest doing the whole front nose from like this door line up, because even all hair's already playing somewhere up there, a bit low. Anyway, this is already like really quite rough, you know. So just FYI, take my advice, guys, make sure you wrap the whole thing, even like the bonnet. I've done half the bonnet. I was a cheapskate, did half the bonnet to about here, but there's already like chips, you know, chips up here. Drives me nuts. Never mind, it's all good. But yeah, very nice build. The trims are all in like piano black, or that blacked out, whatever the proper term is for it. And I love Mercedes door handles. Really nice like chrome finish on them. I assume that's sort of factory. But anyway, let's get into the E-Class. All right, hopping into the E-Class team, sorry. Anyway, so, you know, totally different car. Look how old school it is compared to the C next door, real old school. But we're talking about quality. This car is fantastic quality, you know, like really, absolutely phenomenal quality. So, dashboard, you know, lovely white dials. Old school clock that I'm not a big fan of. Annoying beep that I'm not a fan of. But yeah, so very nice quality, you know, like leather wrapped steering wheel, an actual chrome badge. It's not one of those real old ones where they used like the actual like black plastic to make the logo, which look horrible, but it's a nice quality. The buttons and stuff are very solid. The only thing that's a bit weird is this is a bit sticky, like my S-Class buttons on the steering wheel. It sort of like degrades over time, but you can actually clean it up to new anyway. You don't have to replace it, so, you know, fantastic. The buttons and controls all work great. Like, just try and put the gimbal down here. These buttons, they all work brand new, you know. Like, I was in a Subaru today that was about the same age as this car, and all the buttons are sticky, and when you pull it up it doesn't even like pull the window up properly, and it's all broken and cracky and noisy, whereas this car is literally like showroom condition. You obviously got to see it to believe it, but showroom condition and fantastic quality, you know, like metal backing behind the gear shift knob here. This is all metal, this is leather, the leather boots, full wood. I don't know what sort of wood you'd call it. I guess it's probably just a bird walnut or something. You've got the air suspension controls here, good quality plastic. You've got the seat controls. You've got the navigation system and the audio system. Again, all great, solid, you know, solid buttons, solid control. The wood is beautiful. Touching the wood here. Oh, I'm putting my fingerprints over it now. But just, you know, all fantastic and cool little cubby holes and stuff. You know, it's all really well built. It's all really well built. Everything's got tactile. Now the plastic knobs here, these are plastic, whereas in the newer cars they all are mostly metal. And these here, I believe, are like a aluminium or a metal, but they've got like a chrome finish on them. So I might be wrong. You might be able to correct me and tell me what those are. But overall, very good quality. In this car, you've got to remember is what, 14 years old this year. You know, it's an old car, but it's from Japan. It had 55,000 kilometers on it, which I guess you would translate to around, what would you translate that to around? It would be, let's just say 35,000 miles maybe. So literally like no miles on it. And I've put in 2 years, you know, 30,000 kilometers on it. So it's a pretty tidy car, and I've serviced it myself. So it's been real cheap to run. But yeah, it's literally mint inside, and there's no fading or cracking on the dashes or anything. The headliners, I'd say the headliner personally isn't as good a quality as the C-Class, is more modern, sort of like this material. This is sort of like a soft, it's quite nice, it's a soft sort of white fabric. You got the sunroof, and you got the rear light that you can control the ambient lighting of, and you've also got the rear seats with the adjustable rear headrests, or the automatically foldable rear headrests. So hopping outside the car, we'll just turn her off. Put the old-fashioned key. I do love my keys. The keys are beautiful. Like this is the I guess most well-known Mercedes key that's sort of just been removed, I guess. You might actually still be able to get them with new cars, but my C63 has a more modern metal key. But you know, the keys are just beautiful, solid chrome, nice tactile clicky buttons, and obviously this car has an alarm built into it. So exterior wise, only one issue with this car, and it might just be mine specifically, is the mirrors are sometimes not folding to the correct position. It's mainly actually the one on the other side here. This one here, see? So it should automatically fold to there, but for some reason it's clicking in like around there. So then I actually can't use the mirror properly. And from what I understand, it's the actual mechanism within the actual mirror housing that I need to replace, which is about 500 New Zealand dollars. So it's a bit of coin, but that's all good. You know, at the end of the day, I've literally spent nothing on this car since I bought it, when I got the transmission mount done and a good service of everything on it. Like, it's really been a fantastic car. Not that obviously I'm happy to spend money on keeping it running mint, but it's not necessarily needed anything. Now, door handles, again, that nice sort of chrome that you sort of get on the C. Door handles are a little less sort of, they're quite small on this car. The C's got quite bigger ones, and even the newer E's have bigger handles. But fantastic quality. I love even though it's a bit sort of old school, I love the chrome that you get on these cars, the chrome decorations. I also love the wheels. This has got like sort of a platinum color wheel. They're not mint, like I'd respray them at some point. And also, I don't know, like you guys, you can let me know, but these are Chinese like rip-off center caps. I literally never buy anything that's not genuine Mercedes. Like even air filters I'll buy genuine. But I thought, oh yeah, I'll give it a go. I'll buy these cheap center caps just to see, and you can probably tell straight away that they're no good. Like this, if you look at my genuine one on the other side, I'll show you, it's more raised and it looks a little more legit, whereas this is like tacky and tinny and it's just rubbish. I'm actually going to replace them at some point. So let's just hop round. I'll show you the genuine one. I think it's on this side. Yeah, it is. So this one's the genuine one. See, this is just a little more extruded out. They look very, I suppose on the camera it's hard to tell, but trust me, it's in a much better fit. It's just seamlessly fits and popped in real nicely around the wheel. And you can even look at the C's when it's the same story. That's the genuine one. It's quite thick and it pops out. It's not just like a little piece of chrome. Now, being a 2006, this has facelifted headlights. Well, it is the facelifted model, and obviously it's the E550 designation on these versions. Back seats. Just making sure I don't whack the door on anything. Back seats, you've got ambient lighting. You've got, so like I was talking to you about before in the C, you've got Napa leather, whereas this is just a more generic, I don't know the term for it, but just a generic leather. You can see the grain in it. But again, fantastic quality. Like, you can't fault the car. You can't fault the quality of these E-classes. Just absolutely magnificent. I need to give that a clean. Wood trim, solid as, door handles. You got like a smoking tray thing in there. Not that you probably want to put smoke ashes in there or catch fire. Good quality door panels. Everything's mint. I just love this car. I think this car is probably one of my favourite looking cars, the 211 E-Class. I'd love to get a E63 or an E55 of this generation. And the door clunk, lovely door clunk. Like big solid doors as well, you know. Anyway, that's the quick build quality overview of the two cars. They are both fantastic, but yeah, they are both very similar. If I'll make a video comparing them with the S-Class just to show you, but you know, you can't really fault either of them. I think the E has slightly more like a bit more of a solid feeling to it, whereas the E is still a little bit plasticky feeling, but no doubt they're both very high quality vehicles and they are totally worth the money that you pay for them. You know, people say that Mercs are too expensive or you're just paying for the name, but I totally disagree. I think these cars are just absolutely well worth their money. Like, yeah, I drive lots of different models of car and Mercedes just blows everything I've driven out of the water. Sure, chuck me into a Bentley. I've never driven a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, for example, and I'm sure they'll supersede this in a heartbeat. But for the general car market, you can't beat Mercedes in my view. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon. Cheers.